So, Sawmill, or Canoe River Sawmill Co. Changed the name recently, but that is the name. Agenda, introductions, exploring ideas, kind of things we walk through. The build, final thoughts, takeaways. Oh, where's the clicker at? Oh, this thing. Okay, there we go. So there's some of the things here. Who we are and what we do. That rugged Mongoloid there is myself. We come from La Crosse, which is a community steeped in history and tradition. One of the second oldest community in Saskatchewan, I do believe. It has a few major tributaries that run there, where some of our ancestors came from, some of the original voyagers, hence the Métis part. I'm a carpenter. That is obviously a typo. A lot of my experience really comes into like residential and modular home building and a lot of that kind of industry. But more importantly, I'm a builder of things, ideas, people. You know, that's kind of what I really like to do. Obligatory fun fact, I'm a hunter gatherer, very avid at it. More so gathering lately, but things have been going a little bit better this season. Yeah. Anyone that laughs at my jokes gets free dry meat at the end of this. William Desjardins, that handsome devil, couldn't make it, unfortunately, due to work and whatnot. Same thing, we grew up together, same graduating class, 6 or 7 of us, Métis. His family comes from the original Voyagers as well. Power engineer, his technical prowess has been invaluable to the project as a whole. And if you ask him, he's the best hockey player north of the NAD. Not sure if that's true, but he'll tell you that. Yeah. So what we do, our objective is to provide a solar-powered sawmill that will be used to produce affordable building materials for northern Saskatchewan. Preference to be given to community initiatives and people who sustain themselves from the land. Now, with like recent issues with supply chain and whatnot, there's been a massive increase in price for building materials, which I've seen actually be a restrictive issue for people living on the land. So that goes into our mission. Our mission is to help provide materials necessary to preserve our traditional way of life. A cabin in the woods is much more than shelter. It's a place where we preserve our connection to the land and keep the teachings alive. Funding and our goals. So with the initial funding from ImaGENation, we were able to acquire a solar electric system in Sawmill. And from that initial amount, we were able to leverage other more traditional lenders. 15,000 from Indigenous Youth Roots to acquire a pickup truck for operations. 50,000 from Community Features to acquire heavy equipment, skid steer, whatever, just to make the process more efficient and ultimately more cost effective. Some of our goals in the coming months and years is to be an operating and self-sustaining business in the next 2 years. Introduce sustainable harvesting and tree planting. So one of the things that we'll be doing is custom harvesting, which basically means we'll go out there and select exactly what we need with no support for clear cutting and stuff like that, right? And once we have I guess stable profits and whatnot, we'll be introducing tree planting initiatives and such things like that. Any biomass waste will be used in homes for heating, because it's still a popular option up north is wood stove. And then I guess as a conclusion to the whole thing is to build a community sauna sweat lodge, which will be given over to the community, do with what they please with it. Exploring ideas from a sauna to a sawmill. Finding our way. From the very beginning, the intent was to provide an actionable and tangible positive effect on northern Saskatchewan area. In the iteration process, we've expanded the reach of our project massively. Early, we sought to bring a tool for physical well-being to life in the context of clean energy as a solar-powered sawmill for the community specifically. But with the guidance of our ICE mentors, not to name any favorites, Cedric, we decided owning the means of manufacturing would be much more impactful on our communities than buying a sauna with a solar panel on it, right? From there came the idea of the sawmill. The build, we received the sawmill in 1 million pieces. As you can see by the look of exasperation on my brother's face there. I probably said, hey, I just need a quick hand with something. So that was that. And that was an interesting process. Many nights spent getting that together. So far, it looks a lot more complete than that now. The second part was the solar electric system. We had many iterations, many different designs, but ultimately we found a system that suited us best for our situation and began assembly. There'll be a slideshow later kind of showing some of that stuff. And now we're in the final steps of finishing a cohesive product. We have the project operational, and we will have the project operational and producing wood products by this coming spring. If all goes well. Final thoughts and takeaways. Now, with our expanded scope, we have been able to achieve a much broader reach with a tool of industry, solar-powered sawmill. This tool has allowed the Canoe River Company to provide affordable, locally sourced building materials to the whole of North Saskatchewan. From the beginning, it has been an exciting learning curve that has only bolstered my confidence and abilities in the technical side of green energy. I feel ready to take on any new project that may come in this field, and we'll be actively looking. If anyone's got a job for me, what's up? I hope I can continue to contribute to ICE in a meaningful way in the future. And here's some photos and stuff from the time I've spent with you guys and whatnot. Thank you.
Junior, die darf sein. Wir sind die Arktik.
Ready? Send her up. That's pretty good. Yeah. Sure, just push it back. That's good. That's the sawmill. Here is the cutting bed. The logs will sit here. That's the cutting head. The
blade rotates between the two wheels. Here's a quick overview of the system so far. We've got our battery racks here. It's roughly 20 kilowatts of power. It's all internally heated for the winter time. This enclosure is going to be insulated. This is a temporary ground. There's a copper pipe in the ground. Let's turn it on. That comes on. Now the battery monitoring system is going to kick out because if we have the servo kick in eventually, we'll see that it's displaying missing fuse, which is in the mail. But yeah, this is just a prototype for now. It should be in a more complete state very soon.